Hey guys, it's Chey. Hey guys, it's Chey. Hey guys, it's Chey. Ooh, my voice is literally not cute. Hey guys, it's Chey. Oh my god, my voice. Hey guys, it's Chey. Welcome to the channel if you are new, and if you're not, hey boo. Today's look is very vampy. It's giving vampire vibes, okay? I am definitely in my spooky era. Can you tell? Okay. And I heard we were bringing back a 2016 glam, right? So what better way than a beautiful, deep, dark, vampy halo eye? And you know, I had to pop out with some new hair, okay? The hair is a little bit different for me, but it is the perfect season to step outside of the box. If you guys want to know hair details, this unit is from Ali Pearl. The install was done by Kiyslayedme. I'll leave her handle down in the description box. Now that we got the hair kind of out of the way, today I did use a lot of new products today. I used the BPerfect Chrome Cover Luminous foundation. I also am still testing out the Madebymitchell medium deep cream curve case. And for eyeshadow today, I am wearing the Glamlite Ghostface Returns eyeshadow palette. And I also got these blush and bronzer quads from Madebymitchell. I also have this Jason mirror that I did use to make sure that, you know, the face stays beat. I'm definitely in my spooky era. So if you guys want to see how these products applied and want to see my thoughts towards the end of the video, and hopefully you guys will like it here, and hopefully you like my vibes, so please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, okay? And without any further ado, we're gonna go ahead and get into this vampy, vampire inspired look. Hey guys, we are bright-eyed and bushy-tailed today, so we're going to go ahead and start by priming the face using the NYX face glue. I really enjoy this primer. It is very moisturizing and it also helps blur the skin, and I really just like how it feels. It's not overly hydrating and it doesn't leave my face greasy, but it also blurs the skin. So to get into the spooky season, I'm using this Jason mirror, and we're gonna go ahead and do some colored brows. I'm taking the P.louise base in the shade Chocolate Chic. So it is a brown with kind of a orange base, so more like an auburn. So I'm just taking a spoolie and literally saturating it through the brows, back combing and everything. And then once I have it fully saturated, I'm just taking a Q-tip with some micellar water, and I'm just going around the brows, getting rid of that excess color. It just makes the brows look more sharp and neat. And then once I have the brows nice and cleaned up, I do set it with some translucent powder. Now you can just easily just take a colored eyeshadow and do this. I just wanted to do translucent, but as you see, I used a little too much on that one eyebrow. So I'm just going in with this Sephora collection brow pencil. I believe this is in the shade Chocolate. I'll have everything listed in the description box, and I'm just using that to kind of fill in the brows. I wanted to have some type of dimension to the brows, so that's why I'm using a brow pencil to still give me those hair-like strokes throughout the brows. And then this is where I go with like a orange colored eyeshadow and tap that over just to reinforce that color. And we're just going to clean up the brows as normal with concealer. I do like more of a straighter brow, so that is how I'm cleaning up the brows. And of course, we are going to go ahead and blend out that concealer just to make sure that everything blends seamlessly and it gives a natural brow. I'm going to go ahead and prime the eyes using the P.louise base in Rumour number 5 and tapping that in. And really it blanks out the eye, giving it an even base for this eyeshadow. The palette we're using today is, of course, this Glamlite Ghostface Returns. And how cool is this? This has a lenticular motion on the front, and this is the color story. You get some reds, browns, burgundies, blues, cool tones. So we're going to do a halo eye. So I'm taking Espresso Martini. I was going for more of a burgundy look, but it kind of came out a little bit more purpley, and I think that's because of this base. So I did set that base using Chilled Night, which is a deep purple, and then I'm going over with Ghostface Returns, which is that red, just to bring in some of that red and make it more burgundy and spooky. And then I'm blending it out. I did go into Radio Silent, but as you can see, it was really dark, so I ended up blending it out using Scary Movies and Chill. And then you just want to repeat those steps and just intensify the shades. And then I did go into the shade Spooked, which is a black, to really give it some depth. So like I said, you just want to build up all the pigmentation. That's what I'm doing here, taking that red, just reinforcing everything and building it up until I like how it comes out. Then taking my P.louise base in Rumour 5, I'm just tapping that onto the center and blending it with my finger. That way we have that nice spotlight eye. And then I am setting it with the white shade called Flesh. I wasn't really sure what color I wanted to use, so that's why I did the white. And then I'm just going back in with that red called Ghostface Returns and kind of feathering that on. For shimmer, I'm taking this beautiful purpley blue taupey iridescent called Final Girl, and then we're just gonna line the lash line with liner, and then we're gonna do the other side. To prep the oily areas of my skin, I'm taking the Danessa Myricks Blurring Balm Powder. This is the Universal Radiant, so it's clear with a golden shimmer to it. It's not too much, but I'm just applying that into my T-zone. Then for foundation, we are trying out this BPerfect Chrome Cover Foundation. You always want to shake up your foundations, and this is the shade W11 that I'm wearing. As you can see, it is a little warm. I didn't want to use my blue pigment in this video because I wanted to see how it looks on its own, but moving forward, I think I am going to add a little bit of the blue pigment because it was a little orange for me. It wasn't too bad, but you know, when I can get a more neutral tone, then I'm gonna do that. But as you can see, it blends really nicely. It is more of a medium buildable coverage, and as you can see, it just gives skin. So we're gonna go ahead and dip into this Madebymitchell curve case. This is in medium deep, and I used the shades Vivacious and Shadow Band to go ahead and sculpt the face. As you can see, it looks really natural. I did take Vivacious just on the nose and on the upper lip and the bottom part just in the center of my lip. So we're going to go ahead and add concealer. I'm taking the Juvias Place Concealer. This is in the shade number 12. I absolutely love this concealer. It's super hydrating and it really has great coverage. So I'm just doing my placement a little bit different today, where I went in with the inner corner and outer corner, and I left it blank because we're going to add number 16 right in the center to kind of blend everything together. And of course, I can't forget sculpting underneath the cheek to really sharpen up that cheek contour. And then look who we have here. This little boy was literally scratching my leg, wanting to be picked up. He is spoiled rotten. This is Nico. He is about 10 months old, and he's just my little baby, and that is him in the background squeaking this toy, okay? So he just wanted some mommy cuddles, so I just wanted to go ahead and give him some love as I was blending out my under eyes. So here I am blending out the other side, that way you guys can see, and as you can see, it just all melts together. And to go ahead and blend that nose contour, I'm just taking my sponge because it's just easier. It just melts all together way better. So next, I'm mixing these two pink shades from the Madebymitchell curve case. Normally, I don't use Very Berry because it has just like this purpley undertone that I just don't prefer on myself. But mixing it with the pink, with Party Pink, I think was more complementary to my skin tone. So now I'm just taking my foundation brush and just blending out the concealers on the lower part of my face, and then I'm gonna go ahead and set the under eyes using the One Size translucent powder. As you can see, it is just very blurring and smoothing, and I literally go through so many of these powders because I absolutely love it. So we're gonna go ahead and bronze the skin. This is the Madebymitchell Sculpt and Soak and Sculpt bronzer palette, and as you can see, it is a matte formula and it just blends really nicely. I will say a little bit goes a long way because this product is very, very pigmented. And I'm also taking a tiny bit of that bronzer and I'm applying that on the nose and lightly running it into the crease just so that everything blends together. Now we're taking this blush quad called Atlas of Anatomy, and I'm going to go into this pinky shade called Heartstrings, and it did look a little light in the pan, so I was a little nervous that it wouldn't show on my skin, but as you can see, it shows up just fine. And now we are going to go bake with that translucent powder because I love a good bake, especially for my oily skin. I'm just going to go ahead and outline my lips with this Maybelline lip liner and cross the line. I don't know, there's just something about seeing a pouty lip as I'm doing my makeup. At this point, I didn't really know what I wanted to do for lips, so that's why I'm lining the lips. I ultimately chose to do a vampy lip, so I'm taking this Fenty Beauty Stunna lip paint. This is in the shade Underdog, and I'm just tapping that all over the lips, and it is gorgeous. So next I'm taking another Madebymitchell product. Can you tell I love Madebymitchell? Okay, this is in the shade Black Track, and these are the No Budge All Smudge, something like that, eyeliner, and it is so black, but it also gives you time to be able to smudge it and smoke it out a little bit. So I'm just taking those same crease shades. I think I started with the red and then I added that black and set the lash line. Now I'm taking this One Size foundation powder and I'm just using that to dust away the bake. Then I'm going in with this Maybelline foundation powder in 120, and I'm just using that to blend away the under eyes. I'm gonna go refresh the face using this Charlotte Tilbury setting spray, and to lock it in, I'm taking this Danessa Myricks liquid blurring balm mattifying setting spray, and then you just want to let it dry down a little bit and then press it in with a powder puff, and that is going to help give you the ultimate smooth base. I felt like the face needed some glow, so I'm taking this NARS All That Glitters face palette and I'm just highlighting on my nose, and I'm also doing a light amount of glow on the cheek, nothing too crazy. I'm gonna go ahead and do my hair and let's get into it. This is what the final look looks like, so we're gonna go ahead and get into my thoughts. But this is the final look. What do you guys think of the hair? I think I like it. It's like on a fine line of looking like Ronald McDonald and giving witch vibes. Let's talk about these new products that I tried out today. Starting with the Ghostface Returns eyeshadow palette. The colors in this palette go a lot deeper than expected. Like this burgundy shade comes off more plummy, and this is a really bright and intense red. So I feel like the look came out more plummy. I kind of was going for more burgundy, but I'm not mad at it. The shimmer is giving me life, okay? The shimmer is definitely giving me life. I really do like that they did include like some browns. This one is really dark though. In person, this color doesn't look as deep as it does on camera, but on camera it is true to color. So I did have to go into this lighter shade to kind of blend things out. I do feel like as I was applying these shades on the eyes that I got a look very similar to the Chucky palette. I will say the Chucky palette definitely runs more purpley, and it has more purple options, whereas this one is more just cool tone, but I do like they do include pops of red. But I will say both the Chucky palette and this one are very similar. You just get a little bit more variety with this one, having the white and lighter shimmer shades. For this BPerfect Luminous Chroma Cover Foundation, I will say that it is very similar to the matte one, except the formula is a lot more liquidy. I didn't really find that it really gave my skin that much of a glow at all, which personally I don't mind at all because I have really oily skin. The shade match was pretty spot on. I wear W11 in the original matte formula, so I got the same shade in the luminous version. At first it was giving a little orange, I'm not gonna lie, I was a little nervous, but I think everything turned out really good. For cream, blush, and bronzer, I did use this Madebymitchell medium deep curve case, and I played with the pinky tones for the blush, and I used Vivacious and Shadow Band for bronzer. Now for powder bronzer, I did get this Madebymitchell bronzer quad. This is in the colorway medium, okay, because baby, she is very pigmented. These colors are very rich. I feel like I could have even gotten away with using honey ginger, but I chose to use rust. It really blends out really nicely. It is very pigmented, so definitely tap off the excess. It is a matte formula. It's very blurring and smoothing, and I did get my hands on this blush quad called the Atlas of Anatomy. Honestly, I really just loved that it was pink packaging. It does give you a picture of like the heart, lungs, stomach, intestines, which is a little strange for a blush palette, but I love anything pink, so I thought it was pretty cool. I did use heartstrings, and I thought that it was gonna be a little too light, but as you can see, it looks really good. This palette really surprised me, and I really love how it applied on the skin. The last product that was new to me is actually a holiday palette from NARS from last year. Or was it 2 years ago? I'm not sure. This is the NARS All That Glitters base palette. This is an older launch, either last Christmas or the year before, I want to say, and I have not touched her, okay? I will say that the formula is more of a satin finish. It's not super glowy, but I did use it kind of like to highlight, and it gave a really beautiful glow. It's very soft. I really didn't try to build it up too much because I wanted to keep it soft since the eyes are so dramatic. I definitely want to use this palette more. How could I forget about Miss Danessa Myricks, okay? This is the Yummy Skin Liquid Blurring Balm, and this is so good. And I know that my face is not going to budge at all. It is currently 10:42 and I don't really have much to do today. It's gonna be pretty much a chill day. I do live in Texas, so it's still very hot here. I will definitely update you guys on how the face wore. It is currently 10 hours later and this is what the face looks like. As you guys can see, I do have some shine coming through. I do wear glasses, so there's a little bit of separation on the nose. Other than that, it just looks really healthy. I normally get really shiny in the T-zone, but it looks like right here in the nose area is mostly where the shine is coming through. And overall, I will say my face does look really good. This is nothing a powder puff can't fix. So I'm just going to press in the face. And I'm just taking whatever is left on this powder puff. There's really not much. And there was just a little shine on the cheek, nothing too much, but everything else looks really gorgeous. I will say that the shine that I was seeing is definitely from the foundation. I didn't really apply too much primer like in the forehead area. Everywhere else looks really good. I am missing like foundation like right above my lip. I have really bad allergies right now. So I have been blowing my nose like crazy, but all in all, I will say for 10 hours of wear, The face is literally looking good. The eyeshadow looks amazing. No creasing, no nothing. I am really tired, y'all. It has been a long day, but I just wanted to come in and check in with you guys. I probably didn't start getting shiny till around the 7th hour mark. I haven't done any touch-ups to the face, and for it to look like this, I feel like it looks really well, especially wearing a luminous foundation. Normally with a luminous foundation, my skin goes real crazy, okay? Usually with a luminous foundation, I'm oily by like hour 3 or 4. And that is my check-in after wearing this foundation for 10 hours. Those are my thoughts. So we're gonna go ahead and close out the video. That pretty much completes today's video. Let me know what you guys think, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye, guys.